Welcome, family, back to part 2. Welcome to Heart Posture, a short teaching of Deuteronomy 28 and 30, covenant, curses, scattering, and restoration. Let's talk about Moses' final words, okay? And in Deuteronomy 28 through 30 is Moses giving Yashar'el their covenant terms before entering the land. He tells them plainly, if you obey, you get blessings. If you disobey, curses. If you turn back, restoration. This is not random punishment, it's covenant cause and effect. Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14 is the blessings. These blessings describe what Yashar'el should have lived in. Blessed in the city and field, blessed in family, crops and work, enemies defeated, prosperity, leadership, not oppression, establishment as a holy people. These blessings were identity markers, what it looks like when a nation walks with Yah. Deuteronomy 28, 15 through 68 are the curses. This is the longest section because Moses is warning them with love and urgency. The curses fall into 4 categories, so I'm going to break those down. A. Personal and family breakdown. Confusion, sickness, broken household, children taken, economic collapse, debt, poverty, loss of land, being the borrower, not the lender. C. Social and national breakdown, oppression, captivity, foreign domination, loss of identity. D. Scattering among all nations. This is the most important part for understanding the lost tribes, the awakening today. Deuteronomy 28:64 says, Yah will scatter you among all peoples, from one end of the earth to the other. This is the prophecy that explains the diaspora, the loss of identity, the mixing among nations, the disappearance of the 10 tribes, the global scattering of Judah. This is why Yashar'el is found everywhere. Deuteronomy 28:68 says the final curse. This verse is the most debated and the most prophetic. It describes returning to Egypt, which means bondage, by ships, being sold, but no one redeeming them, right? This is not literal Egypt. It's a symbolic of a second bondage, a global captivity. And understand that we all who are Yashar'el are still really in captivity. We may not be in bondage, like how they were in slavery times, but we're still in captivity. This verse is why many descendants of the African diaspora, indigenous Americans, and scattered groups identify with Yashar'el today. Deuteronomy 29, the covenant renewed. Moses tells them, you've seen miracles, you've seen deliverance, but you still don't understand. So, this chapter is a reset. Yah renewing covenant even though he knows they will break it. Deuteronomy 30, the restoration prophecy. This is the hope chapter, the return chapter, the awakening chapter. It is the antidote to Deuteronomy 28. When you remember who you are, isn't that now happening, family? So that's Deuteronomy 31. When you call these things to mind among all the nations where you were driven. This is the prophecy of identity, awakening. When you turn back to Yah, Deuteronomy 32. And return to Yah with all your heart. This is repentance, not religion. Yah will gather you, Deuteronomy 33. Yah will gather you from all the nations. This is the reversal of Deuteronomy 28:64. Yahuah will restore you, Deuteronomy 35. He will bring you into the land and do you good. Restoration is not spiritual only, it's national, cultural, and generational. So circumcised of your heart. Deuteronomy 36. Yah will circumcise your heart. This is the new covenant, promised before Jeremiah ever wrote it. The curses reverse. Deuteronomy 37. The curses will fall on your enemies. This is divine justice. The message for Yashar'el today, Deuteronomy 28, explains why Yashar'el was scattered, why identity was lost, why the diaspora exists, why oppression has followed them. Deuteronomy 30 explains why identity is awakening, why people are returning to Torah, why the scattered are remembering, why the Spirit is stirring globally. We are living in Deuteronomy 30 right now, family. Here's the core message. Deuteronomy 28 explains our past. Deuteronomy 30 explains our present and future. You are not cursed. You are awakening. You are not lost. You are being gathered. You are not forgotten. You are remembered. You are not broken. You are being restored. This is the identity arc of Yashar'el. I hope this edified you. Until next time, peace, love, and Baraka Mishpachah, family. Shalom. Love you guys.